1 Million Musicals is brought to you by our patrons. They are the coolest, and if you also want to be the coolest, you can find us at patreon.com/1millionmusicals. A super extra special thanks to those in our producer tier: Nicole Morgan, Carol Schmitz, Ilana and Zachary Ben Shmuel, Robert Batchelor, Taylor Fagans, Bobby Keenan, Kyle Sanger, and Christine Marshall. Join us. You won't regret it. And if you do regret it, it's pretty easy to cancel. So, what do you have to lose? Okay, on with the show. This episode is R-rated. We bleeped all the cuss words, but still we talk about some adult themes. Parental discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Jacob and Alan Try to Write a Song in 20 Minutes. But this is a very special episode because we have with us a fabulous guest by the name of Will Hines. Hello, Will.
Hello. Thanks for having me. I said my pleasure, but thanks for having me.
Well, it is our pleasure to have you here, Will. Just for our audience, this is going to be fun. Basically, we're going to chat for a while.
Yes.
And then from our, blissful, just next level conversation, Alan and I will draw out some ideas for whatever song we end up creating, and then will help us along or hinder us as we take 20 minutes to write a song.
I'm definitely going to try to help, but that may end up being a hindrance, but I will be involved. So
Either
I guess,
way, it's either like something to bail us out of the challenge or an added challenge to the challenge. So.
Yeah,
there we go.
Or an added excuse. It's like, well, the song would have been better until Will did his dumb whatever idea. So I'm happy to enable your future rationalization. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever we have to tell ourselves to get to continue to sleep at night, we'll do it.
That is precisely it. Well, Will, you are a man of many talents.
Yeah. Should I give a quick rundown of just who I am for your audience?
Absolutely. Let us know.
I love doing this. I'm always dreaming of having a Wikipedia page about myself, and I've never had one.
No, that's tragic.
Because I'm like an actor and a writer. Theoretically, I've only ever been hired for acting, but theoretically I could be a writer. I mean, I've written scripts and stuff. Nobody wants me to. And a podcaster, an amateur, a frequent dabbler in the podcast scene. Mm-hmm. So the reason I want a Wikipedia page is I dream of what the first paragraph would be, because I feel like if some actor, is in a TV show or movie that I like and I haven't heard of them, I'll Wikipedia them and just sort of see what the initial, because those things are written just by regular people. So, if it's somebody quite famous, probably they've had a publicist look at it. Probably somebody's gotten involved, and it's a relatively neutral description that's somewhat fair. Julia Roberts is a movie star, blah, 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 blah. But if it's like somebody who's like maybe just famous for being like on Comedy Bang Bang a lot or something, and maybe like in one movie with guys from Wet Hot American Summer, it's like a fan wrote the page, and it'll be like, so-and-so is known for playing grumps and, losers in a series of and I'm like, this is the real shit. Like, and that is the kind of paragraph that I want a Wikipedia page that a fan writes. And so it's like, and it's not that it's like a lie or whatever, that it's like somebody's honest summary of my career. Because my career is, how do I put this? Hard to pin down / ephemeral / it barely exists. I mean, I have been on television, which is, I consider that to be a huge accomplishment, but I've been on television for a total of maybe 13 minutes. Like if you could, some people have like actors' reels that show like the best clips. I have like almost my entire television career is my acting reel. Do you know what I mean? Like I could almost show you just the whole thing in like in a 5-minute reel. And so it's like, what would somebody say? And I like, I just want to be pinned down. I wish to be categorized.
Yeah.
I wonder, have you ever seen those Wikipedia pages that were clearly written by the person themselves?
Oh, yes. Oh my God. Because they're always like, it's got that awkward fake third person, but they're really pumping themselves up, Gloria, wowed the critics with her with her appearance, in the 10th episode of the 5th season of whatever, and then she chose to really switch things up and, taught middle school for 4 years. And it's like,
that's something you'd have to avoid, right? Like,
I mean, I'm not above. Hey, whatever you got to do to get your career going. I'm not here to judge, but I want to see what somebody else. Right. I mean, and then I'll Google this has got to be one of the most vain and dumb things that I'll do, and I do a lot of vain and dumb things. But I'll like Google myself on Wikipedia. Do I have a page yet? I'm like, nope. And I'm like, why the should I have a page? Like, why did I think that I'd have a page? Because I'm like UCB famous, which is like not famous. UCB Theater, the Improv and Sketch Theater, right? I worked there for, I don't know, 20 years, in various capacities of teaching and performing. Within those 4 walls, I was a well-known institution, right? Taught there forever, met a lot of people, really, really loved it. Lots of friends there. Then I would leave the 4 walls of UCB and be completely unknown. It's quite humbling to have like a lot of status and sort of buzz in one room, and then you walk out the door and have none. And so sometimes when I was in UCB, I'd be like, maybe I'm becoming successful. Hey, all these people here in this theater know who I am. Walk outside. Oh, no, I'm a piece of just like I was yesterday. That's right.
I kind of feel you. There's a sort of similar thing within the theater community.
Yeah.
Where, especially like musical theater. So I was on the tour of the Book of Mormon.
Yeah. Which is a huge gig. Right?
Huge gig. Has a rabid
tough to get,
fan
very
base.
competitive. Yeah. That is like a big level of success. But maybe not enough that if you go to like a wedding and you're talking to like relatives 2 degrees removed, that they might not give a maybe.
Exactly.
Well,
they won't care.
yeah.
And like there's a very specific fan base who might know who you are.
Yes.
And outside of that fan base, nobody, not even in the theater community, nobody knows who you are.
Like, yes, I have done a million podcasts, including a bunch of Earwolf podcasts, which, if you are a podcast maniac, that could mean something. That could be like credibility. But like, my dad would not give a rat's ass that I've been on. He does probably not know what a podcast is. He certainly would not know what an Earwolf podcast is. If he tried to listen to it, he'd be annoyed within seconds. And
well,
so,
I was going to say, I have written here that you have roughly like 600 podcasts that you're doing.
That's right. I have
actively.
about 600
Is that
podcasts.
about right?
Yeah. What happened was I wanted to be an actor. I still want to be an actor. I have to remind myself I haven't given up yet.
That's a great thing to have to remind yourself.
Yeah, remember, you haven't quit. Remember, you're still trying. Yet. You haven't left. But you got a lot of downtime, when you're like, waiting for a gig to come along and hoping something like works. So podcasts are a great way to like, I can just do a podcast, nobody can stop me. And I am like technically savvy enough, not that you have to be like that technically savvy, to like record and edit like in my place. So I'll get bored and just start a podcast, do 100 episodes and then quit. And honestly, no one will even know that it happened a lot of times. But I seriously have done a million episodes of stuff, and I enjoy it. But I hear about people who like make like a lot of money at their podcast, or they'll have a Patreon and like be like rolling in the dough. I've made nothing from my podcast, not a buck, not a dollar.
Yeah, I was actually, well, that's a bummer. I was hoping to ask you, hey, how do you make money on podcasts? We're trying to figure that out.
This was all kind of an excuse. So anyway, we can just kind of wrap
it up right here. Yeah.
No, I mean, really, even though what drew us to podcasts initially was the untold treasures that awaited, monetarily speaking.
You're like, what's the best way to make money in this country? You were like, podcast it is, baby. That's right.
Yeah, especially, niche podcasts that target groups that have specific interests that don't necessarily overlap all the way with podcasts. That's kind of ideal.
Yeah, it's good to have a podcast with a hard ceiling of how big it could get. I mean, my first podcast was one called Long Form Conversations. It was me talking to other improvisers about long form comedy. Me and this guy, John Frusciante, were the co-hosts. And we would just get people from the UCB and we would get deep. We would get very improv nerdy. I mean, it would alienate almost anybody. We got so inside. I mean, I you know, and that was generally my strategy for all podcasts. Like, get so specific that it leaves everybody out.
That's how you know you're an artist.
That's right. That's right. When you just it's impossible for me to sell out because I've done something completely unappealing.
It's so inaccessible
yeah.
that it's a brick wall to anyone enjoying my work.
Jacob, who did you play in Book of Mormon on this tour?
I was the standby for Elder Cunningham.
Ah, nice.
So he's the like wacky sidekick who kind of becomes the hero by the end of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the coolest role. It was absolutely like a dream role before I like started doing it, and it was a dream role while I was doing it too. But then when you do the same role and also like sit backstage, because I was a standby, I wasn't on stage every night. I only went on when they needed me to.
Yes.
So when you sit backstage for 2.5 years listening to your favorite show, like playing on repeat, that can get, you know, I've appreciated having some time away from it. Because
I bet. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing like following your dream to make it not your dream anymore.
I know
that is one of the dangers. That's pretty cool though. I think that's kind of rad. Yeah,
I mean, I'm only grateful for it. It was an incredibly cool experience.
It's a good job. You're grateful. It's a good gig, but you know, it's a gig for a reason. Like they're paying you for a reason. It's hard work, and you gotta. Alan, what's something cool you've done? Are you uncool? What's going on?
I'm pretty uncool. If I had to rate myself, I'd give it like maybe a 3.
Okay.
In terms of coolness, but out of a lot, I don't know. Pick as high as you want.
It could be out of 5. I mean, out of 5, you're pretty cool.
That's fine. I mean, like, hey, if someone gave me a 3 out of 5, that'd be a really good day. So anyway, you know, I'm a screenwriter, or at least I like to think of myself as a screenwriter. I've had one script produced that I wrote with my brother. It's a horror movie.
Nice.
Is on Hulu called Uncanny Annie.
Nice. I'd say that's insanely cool. Like, I think that's awesomely successful. I think that's pretty rad. Do you have a Wikipedia page?
Oh, I mean, let's not, like, I may be awesomely successful as you put it, but I may not be like Wikipedia famous. Like,
the other reason I want a Wikipedia page, I wanted to say before, is I would just love for someone to have an opinion about me and to like say what it is. Like, I love that. I've done improv for a long time, and I was on a team, and one of our coaches said, you know, you guys are all such different personalities. Let's do an exercise one at a time. We'll channel each of you. You know what I mean? So first we're all going to improvise like Rob, and then we're all going to improvise like Curtis. And, because everybody kind of had like different energies and like different approaches. And it's like, we're not trying to make fun of each other, although, we'll probably make fun of each other a little bit. We're going to try to like borrow each other's strengths. Mm-hmm. And so, as we were going through this exercise, I was terrified of when they got to me, because I was like, well, I'm so bland, they won't be able to, I don't have any obvious strengths. I was like, what are they going to do when they get to me? But then they brutally, in a way that I loved, mocked me and imitated me, and I was delighted. I was like so happy that I was mockable. I was like, oh, I long to be put in a box. You know, I long to be labeled, because it means that to me, it means that you're known. It means that somebody is seeing something in you, and
they had to think about it enough in order to form an opinion.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I loved it. So. And I've had students over the years do like impersonations of me, and in a way it's humiliating, and in another way it's like the most flattering thing is like, oh wow, is that what I talk like? That's interesting. Oh wow, is that how I do it?
Can I briefly geek out just for a moment?
Yeah,
because I was reading your website and you co-wrote Pirate Robot Ninja.
Oh yeah, with Billy Merritt.
And I back in college, Alan and I were on an improv team together in college. That's how we met. And I remember us talking about Pirate Robot Ninja just as a concept.
Yes.
And like being in love with it.
Oh.
So then when I saw that you wrote that, I kind of freaked out.
Yeah,
That's
there was
so
a
cool.
solid, like, good few minutes where Jacob was rendered non-functional by his excitement.
Well,
over this
I'll bring you
revelation.
right back down to earth because Pirate Robot Ninja is 100% a Billy Merritt theory concept. Actually, I mean, it's probably something that people have independently arrived at, but like within the improv world, that is a thing that Billy Merritt has been teaching for a long time. And he would like do workshops and stuff and bring it up, and people, improv nerds have like blogged about it now and then or whatever. But I'm the one who went to him to say, "Oh, that should be a book. Let's you and I write a book."
Well, then,
so
I mean,
I helped him. I
you're
co-wrote
still
the
the guy who
book.
codified it.
That's right. Yeah. I was like, let's get this down on paper. So it was his theory, but I'm the one who helped expand it into a book.
got it. Well, I mean, honestly, good work, because maybe, I mean, you're the one who brought it to the masses, and isn't that really what's important?
Yeah.
Does anything exist until it's
nothing
brought to the
exists,
masses?
right? Jesus wasn't important. It was St. Paul who like spread the gospel.
There we
And that's
go.
the metaphor I use for me and Billy. He's Jesus and I'm St. Paul.
Well, you have
pretty good one.
a much less gruesome end, so I think that's probably
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
kinda-
no spoilers, please. My goodness.
Oh, that's very good.
What would be your dream musical to be in, Jacob? Have you ever had that? I'll put it. I'll get you. You're a fan, right? So, what would be a dream production for you to have been in? You know what I mean, like the debut of Company or something like that.
That is a great question, actually. I'm
not as big a musicals fan, but I think I could answer this for myself.
I mean, it's pretty new, or it's relatively new, but I like newer shows anyway, generally speaking.
Yeah.
There's a show called The Band's Visit that came out just a few years ago, and it's like easily one of my favorite shows of all time. It's it's a pretty hilarious story. It's based on a movie, but it's basically this Egyptian band goes to Israel to play in a very big city called Petah Tikva.
Okay.
And then while at the bus station, there's another town called Petah Tikva, and they get it mixed up. So then they get sent to this tiny little town with like nothing in it. And it's just about them being there for a night and like the shenanigans that happen and sort of people learn things about themselves. And it's very, very lovely. And I would have loved to have been a part of that.
I love it. What a great answer.
Yeah. I mean, what about you?
I want to be in the original cast recording of Jesus Christ Superstar. Like before it was produced, right? They just all got in a studio and recorded the songs, I think, and then later actually put the show up.
Yeah.
I want to be in that original recording. That rocks.
I know.
It's got like the backing band from Joe Cocker's first album.
It's got the singer of Deep Purple. I think,
Deep Purple's singing in it, and I think he's Judas. Maybe he's Jesus.
Jesus.
And
I was listening to it a few weeks ago, actually.
It's awesome. So I just want to be rhythm guitar on that album.
Yeah, you play in bands, right?
I have a band called Wayne and Rodney. But that's
why is it called that?
I live on Wayne and he lives on Rodney. They're the street names of where we live.
Okay.
Whoa.
And we
so
the recordings happened at both of our apartments. So.
Oh, okay, got it. Cool. Well, our rabid fan base will be sure to find where you live.
Yep, that's right. Figure it out.
They'll figure it out, and one of them will write a Wikipedia article about you.
That's what I'm looking for. And it can be unflattering. It can be unflattering. It can be inaccurate.
The more opinionated, the better.
I want a really editorialized Wikipedia page.
The more red flags Wikipedia brings up as soon as you open the page.
Citation needed all over the place. All those footnotes that they put on, it's like, this has been flagged for, not being verifiable in any other document or whatever. This smacks of opinion.
This is unreviewed.
Yeah. This was clearly written by one person, on Adderall or whatever.
Yeah, I hate when Wikipedia accuses me of having been on Adderall after I write.
Yeah, they make a lot of assumptions. This was obviously written by somebody not loved as a child. It's like, the Wikipedia? What are you saying? I made a page on Wikipedia. I want to see if it still exists because it kept getting flagged as like irrelevant.
Wikipedia has so many articles. I wonder what they could possibly think is irrelevant.
Okay, it still exists.
Okay. Oh, thank
This is
God.
fantastic.
It's called Threat or Menace. And it's a Wikipedia page about a phrase, the phrase being threat or menace, which is like a running gag in the Spider-Man universe.
Uh-huh.
And but it predates Spider-Man, and it was a joke and used in sort of other publications. And I was fascinated by tracking its history as an idiom. And I wrote a Wikipedia. I was like, I think this is legit interesting. And I wrote a page, and it got all kinds of Wikipedia flags when I first published it, just like, poor grammar, not cited, perhaps not relevant enough to justify its existence. But now it exists, and I'm looking, and there's been like 10 other people have edited it.
Wow.
I love it. I love it.
Look
So
at this. You
who's
started a movement.
irrelevant now, Wikipedia?
Yeah, that's
Well, listen, on that note, I feel like we have enough
all right, let's do it.
Quality content here to create a beautiful musical masterpiece out of it. So
the masterpiece may not be of the same quality as the material it was made of.
It almost certainly will not be. But yes, after a short break, we're going to come back and we're going to write a little song based on this conversation. So stay tuned. Hey, do you like our very funny and talented guest, Will Hines? Me too. And here's how you can show your support for that fabulous fella. You can head on over to Twitter and give him a follow at Will Hines. And you can also head to your favorite podcast app and type in, I Will Write Your Book. There, you'll find a hilarious show in which Will Hines, the ghostwriter, helps various wacky, struggling authors complete their artistic visions. It is an absolute blast, and I can't recommend it enough. So go ahead and do that. And now, I think we should get back to the show. Ooh, what musical shenanigans will ensue? Hello, friends. We're back from a short Zoom break, and now we're back in this Zoom, and we're ready. Okay. Will, is our timer prepared?
The timer is prepared. Yes.
Excellent.
Would you like me to kick it off?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. Your time begins now.
All right, Alan, I have one idea, and the idea is we're going to write Will's Wikipedia first
and it's going to be
paragraph,
musical. Okay.
And it's going to be a musical, and that is
we might make it beyond the first paragraph. Let's not limit ourselves until later on.
Born in the fires of
the hellish
of
what
hellish.
City? What city were you born in, Will?
Dayton, Ohio.
Of hellish Dayton.
Born in the fires of hellish Dayton.
Oh,
a
Satan.
Man sprung.
A man sprung the spawn of Satan.
I want to not get involved because this is my dream to hear somebody else have to construct the beginning of the page.
Born in the fires of hellish Dayton, a man sprung forth the spawn of Satan. Whatever would the world do with him?
So we have to talk about him honing the dark arts of improv. Staying sealed behind the walls, the mysterious walls of the castle UCB.
Right.
For centuries, honing his art.
Yeah, this is my dream.
Sealed. What is there? Can I just say hind as in like?
Well, it's a pun, obviously, with Will Hines.
With Will Hines,
the last name.
Sealed
hindsight.
The walls of UCB. He's trained his arts for centuries.
Such a good voice, Jacob.
Well,
yeah, I know. You should be a singer.
Yeah.
And then we got to end with, and then we got to rhyme with him or whatever with the word.
With him within.
That's good.
The power within.
Yeah.
Dark
Slithering
and-
could also be like about half rhyme.
Oh,
Within. No, go with within. You got it. Go with your instincts. Go.
Dark.
hey, like it might not have to be either or.
And a dark and something
A
power.
dark
grew
something
within.
slithering within.
Ooh,
Although that
and
sounds
that sounds
Sexual and a little.
incredibly sexual.
Yeah. Let's back
But
off
it
of slithering.
also,
I'll
you
fit
know,
it in later. I'll get it later.
yeah. We'll fit it in.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll fit in
I'm
my
going to say
slithering
a dark
later.
and gorgeous power
Ooh.
grew within.
Whoa. Okay, we're getting flattering. This is written by a fan.
I like when power and I like when like evil things are described as like gorgeous or delicious. You know what I mean?
Oh
Or-
yeah, like the delectable evil. Yeah. Okay. I mean, we need to have a big chorus for this one. Like, you got to get ready. You got to get ready, Jacob, because you're gonna have to.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, if you want a big chorus, maybe the chorus should be like citation needed or something like that. Like the hidden reveal
That
here
is
is that
very
this,
good.
that this is like all opinion or something. So like the hook is that.
Yeah, it's the Wikipedia disclaimer.
Yeah.
Citation needed. Reeks of opinion.
I'll find a list of
feeded.
Wikipedia flags.
Feeded is great. Is a good rhyme with needed.
But he will
citation.
not
So,
be
like,
defeated.
Will Hines can-
Okay. Will Hines can never be defeated. Will Hines citation
needed. I mean, that's enough for a chorus, man.
Here, just other phrases. I mean, if you have enough for a chorus, it's great. But uncited claim is another.
Whoa, uncited claim. Now, I think there's probably some cool set right again.
Blighted flame.
Oh, whoa! It sounds like a D&D spell or something.
I know it does. Start working on the next verse now. And I'm gonna figure out the
I'm writing the
chorus.
title. Will Hines citation needed.
No.
Okay.
Okay,
so what was that? What was that thing that you said? Will
I said a blighted flame?
Yeah, but what did that rhyme with?
Hang on, I left the page. Uncited claim.
Oh,
it's like that's the problem with the citation needed is you've made an uncited claim. That's the context of it.
He rules.
Oh man. He rules
Bound
unchecked.
From uncited claims.
Yeah.
Oh no, cited is not.
I feel like
okay. There we go. That's the right spelling. Claims. And scourge. Where am I writing? Okay, there.
Where are you writing? Are you just like typing in the words?
I'm used to it. I'm used to it auto scrolling down if I'm typing at a place that where my words aren't. But you know what? We got it solved. I just had to manually do it. And scourges the world with blighted flames.
There was a Reddit page about me called that says I don't find Will Hines funny, and a lot of people were discussing whether I was funny or not. I could find phrases that people used because some people were defending me, and it really was not that hostile. It was actually a pretty civil discussion, but people were like either saying what they thought my shortcomings were or my strengths. I'm gonna look it up.
That's fantastic. Never be defeated, Will Hines. Citation needed. Unbound from uncited claims and scourges the world with blighted flames. Oh, goodness gracious. We should mention his 600 podcasts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
600
just stop.
podcasts.
600 podcasts.
Podcasts. He needs 66 more though.
That's true. 600 podcasts.
Yeah, 600 podcasts needs 66
more. Something galore.
Just 66 more.
Gore.
And his comedy. And
just 66 more full of niche topics, boring conversations, and bloodletting gore.
Oh, okay. Niche topics and blood. Those are the two things he has. Niche topics and bloodletting gore.
Because every single one of these songs that we've done in 20 minutes so far, we've killed at least one person, if not multiple people.
Yeah.
Well, this one's just kind of the world, so.
You know. Yeah.
We've really gone in full spectacle creep for this one.
Just 66 more full of niche topics and bloodletting gore. And then it needs to rhyme with stop the pain.
Get in your lane.
Again.
Oh, again, when pronounced like that, sounds super fancy. So
it does. It sounds like a Jack Black lyric. Which
honestly,
I think is
your IQ just raises every time you say the word like that. Okay. Something will like rise again. Even if he's killed, he'll rise again.
With 600 podcasts, just 66 more full of niche topics and bloodletting gore. We need to finish saying something about those podcasts.
Yeah. So to be honest, I'm a little bit confused about what we need meter-wise. Is there a specific thing you have in mind?
Whatever could we do to stop the pain?
Oh, okay.
That was very exciting to see that worked out.
Okay.
All right, Will, do you have any other fun Wikipedia issues where they're like, this doesn't work?
Give me a second. I'm trying. It's weirdly hard to find. There's lots of information on how to edit a page, but I can't find a good category of how do I express my criticism of this page. There should be a list of here's problems with stuff. Wikipedia problems with pages. Tagging pages for problems. Okay, no original research, conflict of interest.
No original research is pretty fun.
Neutral point of view is a weird one.
Yeah, I think we're free. We're out of the clear for neutral point of view.
Okay.
I'm a little okay. Let me think about this again line that I'm still a little bit stuck on.
You're at 10 minutes went by. We're at 9 minutes.
Okay, we're at 9. Honestly, better than I thought we were doing.
Yeah, pretty.
An orphaned page as if nothing links to it.
Oh, that's funny. He's been on TV for 13 minutes. Every second, a treasure. I need a one syllable word for treasure or
jewel.
He's been on
prize.
Second, a jewel. A jewel is very fun.
Yeah.
A gem if you need a shorter one.
Oh, gem makes more sense when you're saying every second a gem versus every second a jewel.
Yeah, jewel's a bit softer, but I don't know, gem could do it.
But of course, if we use gem, we can't rhyme it with mule, so...
Right, so there's a trade-off. Okay, I found a bunch. So if you need any more, I've got it, but I think we have...
Everyone loves him. That's definitely true.
Everyone, Lamb. Is there anything that's like you did? What was that one that you did no research?
No original research.
Yeah.
No original research.
Besmirch. Everyone loves him.
Besmirch. Yeah, they say there's no original research, but they're just trying to besmirch.
Or like everyone loves him. No one's ever besmirched him. Research. Maybe. Although we should probably rhyme with gem.
It's probably too late in this, but you could do like a call and response where one of you is trying to say something about me and the other voice is the Wikipedia complaint.
Oh, we got
someone's like, everybody likes him, his reputation's not besmirched, and it's like, I'm afraid that paragraph has no original research.
That's
like something,
good.
whatever, but you have I don't know. It's too hard to organize.
Yeah.
Never mind. This is
no. We're
art is impossible.
Art is impossible. Okay, Jacob's writing in my lines now, and because of the nature of Zoom, they're going to be perfect. They're going to be perfectly on cue.
15 minutes every second a gem. Citation needed.
Oh God! Okay, if it's going to be that high, that's not going to be. It's going to be more
you have
citation needed.
It's whatever.
You got to do it. You got to do it, Alan. You can make it.
Okay, I'll go for it. I'll go.
And
are you guys like sharing a Google Doc? So Jacob's
we're sharing. We're
Alan,
sharing.
You're just
So that's how we're communicating. It's not just through telepathy.
Right.
What are you trying to communicate with?
Trying
this
to
one?
rhyme with every second a gem.
Them.
I know them is good, but what is the sentence?
He's so much better than them. Oh yeah, because referring to his wives. I was thinking fans, and then
been on dozens of shows, 13 minutes among them.
Although we do have because you can't see the document. You don't see we've already referenced the 13 minutes. We blew it.
5 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
Or coming up on 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 5 seconds.
Minutes.
Okay. This one, it's just going to be quick. It'll be like Will Hines is a
superhero.
Blank. Yeah. Will Hines is a superhero, and then you just got to shout the various
no original research because everyone knows he's a superhero. That's not. You look up the Wikipedia article for superheroes and it'll say that. Will Hines has
a jet.
Mm-hmm. Will Hines has electric eyes. We got and that's both meant to mean that he like has an electric stare that just like allures people, but it's also to say that he will kill you with his electric eye superpower. Okay, so Will, what are a couple more of those Wikipedia objections?
Yeah, potentially unwanted content.
Oh yeah.
Expert needed, contradiction and confusion, importance and notability. Do you want a short one? Like, do you want to?
Short ones are good.
Fiction is one that you can just like.
Oh,
fiction is
you
very
can just
good.
label something as fiction.
Yeah, these are perfect.
Off topic, time sensitive. These are like problems with things. I guess they want their entries to be evergreen.
Time sensitive. Yeah, because saying Will Hines has never been defeated is definitely time sensitive, which is lyric that Jacob had just written. Because you never know when that's going to change.
Libel. I guess that would be a problem if something is libel.
Okay. Definitely libel.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
Whoa, I goofed.
Content forks. 2.5 minutes.
Okay, I almost ruined our Google Doc just there, but I saved it. Command Z is a pretty good thing. Okay. That's the ideal experience of the song, Jacob. Just sing it like that.
Electric cars, you'll fall in love with him yet. Oh, nope. What is that chord? It's an F.
I need one more problem that Wikipedia could have.
Style of writing, 2 minutes. Style of writing
content
is
definitely
forks.
actually a good one for this particular article.
Okay.
Man, I didn't realize how nitpicky they get. I mean, I guess it makes sense when you're trying to keep standards, like,
Yeah.
Considering how much scrutiny teachers
Minute 30
in high school will put on them. Oh, minute 30. Okay. I mean, we can basically just do whatever we want with this last one. We can go like just add in some la la la's. That might make the song more popular.
Okay, and then on the very last one, what I'm gonna do is. I think that's right. Great.
1 minute.
Great.
Okay.
I think those are those are them. That's what it is right there.
Okay. I think we've gotten the masterpiece.
I think we've got it. I think we've got it.
You got 35 more seconds.
What do they call it in Congress? Like, I heard it a whole bunch of times last year where they say they yield the rest of their time.
The rest of their time.
I yield my time.
I yield my time. All right.
Woo! We did that.
Yeah, we're clapping for ourselves like good people. Oh man. Yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna spend a couple minutes putting this into a format that is readable and playable.
Yeah. And we'll just keep chatting in the meantime in a section that we may or may not cut out for the audience. So,
going to Wikipedia, I got wrapped up in the page that I made talking about the phrase "threat" or "menace" because I've since found another use of the phrase "threat" or "menace." That predates the Spider-Man
can you
joke.
use it in a sentence so that I can understand exactly?
It's a joke. It's like a false choice. It's like pornography, threat or menace.
Oh,
so it's like thing of controversy. Is it bad in this way or bad in this way?
Spider-Man, threat or menace?
Like right. The Daily Bugle in the Spider-Man universe is always writing unfair headlines about Spider-Man, like Spider-Man menace, Spider-Man, publicity seeking. Destructive, whatever. And then at some point a joke evolved where the Bugle would run the headline "threat or menace," which is like insane. And that sort of became a joke is a sort of quiet running gag in the Spider-Man universe. So whenever there's a new Spider-Man like movie or cartoon or video game, it's like an Easter egg, a pretty common Easter egg that at some point somebody will say "threat or menace" about Spider-Man.
That's pretty cool.
But it predates Spider-Man. Like
now
National Lampoon, there's a National Lampoon issue in like 1974 that says like pornography, threat or menace. And then there's a 1960s Harvard Lampoon article called Flying Saucers, Threat or Menace. And so I think like some Spider-Man writer was a fan of National Lampoon and just sort of like lifted that joke or just thought it was funny and just used it in a Spider-Man comic. And I think I found an earlier use of it, which is the 1952 press conference the Pentagon did after there was this UFO sighting, where they kind of denied that it was a UFO. Like the Roswell people are big about this 1952 conference. Mm-hmm. And this guy used the phrase "threat" or "menace," and since the Harvard Lampoon did a flying saucers threat or menace, I believe that the Harvard Lampoon author in the 1960s saw this press conference in the 50s and used it.
Man, you're like an archaeologist unraveling.
Yes, but for this,
secrets that
for
would be lost
the
of time. And
dumbest,
how dare Wikipedia? Like, I'm just so glad that they came to their senses when they saw just how brilliant the content was, and they were like, no, this must stand.
other people came.
People need to know.
Other more experienced wiki editors came and bolstered my page with like citations and stuff, and took some stuff out that it didn't need.
Yeah, but the cavalry came in. The troops were there to support you.
That's right.
By the way, my friends, I'm ready.
Oh, geez. Okay, that was fast.
Here we go.
Okay. Hopefully, it's going to go pretty well until my part comes in, and then it's going to be like pretty dang. So, on the citation needed, is that going to be me on those things, or is that going to be
on the choruses?
Okay.
I will sing
Thank
citation
God.
needed.
Okay.
You just sing stuff that's in parentheses.
Okay. Well, those are in parentheses, which is why I ask.
Not on the
Oh
choruses.
no, the later one is okay. Man, if only the audience could see our Google Doc and live the confusion with us.
All right, y'all ready? This is the premiere performance of Will Hines' Citation Needed.
All right.
Born in the fires of hellish Dayton, a man sprung forth, the spawn of Satan. Whatever would the world do with him? Sealed behind the walls of UCB, he trained his arts for centuries, and a dark and gorgeous power grew within. Will Hines can never be defeated. Will Hines, citation needed! He rules unbound from unsighted claims and scourges the world with blighted flames. Whatever could we do to stop the pain? 600 podcasts, just 66 more, full of niche topics and bloodletting gore. The ones that go defunct just rise again. Will Hines will never be defeated. Will Hines, citation needed. He's been on TV for 13 minutes, every second a gem. Everyone loves him, he has many wives, and they know he's better than them.
Citation
Will Hines is a superhero. Will Hines has a jet.
Potentially unwanted
Will
content.
Hines has electric eyes. You'll fall in love with him yet.
Fiction.
Will Hines has never been defeated.
Time sensitive.
Will Hines, citation needed. Will Hines has never been defeated.
Libel.
Will Hines, citation needed.
Style writing.
Will Hines has never been defeated. Will Hines, citation needed. Oh, improv God. Oh, Will Hines. La, la, la. Will Hines. Ooh. Citation needed.
Makes you cry every time.
I love it. Oh my gosh, what a dream come true.
We made it. We did it.
But with the chords.
We've got pretty simple stuff over here. We got A minor to D minor for those. So A minor for the Born in the Hills of Fires of Hellish Dayton, and then D minor, Man Sprung Forth, the Spawn of Satan, and then to G. And then we just tiptoe back to A minor.
Nice.
And then we throw in a few X's and W's in there, and then we're all good.
Guys, I'm stunned. I loved it too much.
I really hope that one day someone can just like copy paste these lyrics without context and make this the Wikipedia page for Will Hines. And then Wikipedia can just fill in all the background vocals themselves.
Yeah.
And just to write it out in paragraph format so it's a little confusing, I think that's pretty much exactly what
I can't tell where the rhymes are.
Wow. Well,
thank
Will
you so
Hines,
much, Will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's an honor, guys. Thank you.
I had so much fun. Oh my goodness.
Me too. My gosh, I had a blast. Thanks for letting me be foisted upon you.
Foisted. That's a good verb.
It's an excellent verb.
Yeah, we were happy to have you to be foisted upon.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah,
lovely.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe we'll do it again sometime. Who knows?
Maybe it'll happen again. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Will.
Goodbye, audience.
Bye.
Hello, fabulous audience members, you beautiful people, you. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. It's me, Jacob. You just heard me talk. Probably too much, I would guess. Anyway, hey, listen, if you want to help us out, the best way you can do so is to leave us a rating and a review on your podcast platform of choice. And if you want to go that extra mile, you can share this episode on your social media and maybe tell your friends about this cool podcast that you like very much. That sort of stuff really, really, really helps us. We want to get this podcast to as many listeners as we can, and you can help us do that. So thanks if you decide to. And if you don't decide to, no hard feelings. You can still listen. It's free. Anyway, I'll talk to you next week. Have a lovely life. Goodbye.
My name is Will Hines, and I am a ghostwriter, meaning I write other people's books for them. And I have a podcast called I Will Write Your Book, which are recordings of my meetings with my eccentric clients. Such as a woman blocked after one sentence of a children's book about her dogs, a romance novelist who dislikes sex, and a man proud of having sampled everything in his local grocery store. This podcast has been described as fully improvised, played by some of the best comedians on the planet Earth. Hey, that's pretty good. That's I Will Write Your Book on Campfire Media.
Campfire.